Thank you, Captain Barta, and thank you for being here. A little bit about the Silverado Fire. At this time, it is 7,200 acres. 500 firefighters are on the line. We have no confirmation of structure loss on the Silverado Fire. We're in unified command with the City of Irvine Police Department. We're also coordinating with the Orange County Sheriff, CAL FIRE, the California Highway Patrol, OC Parks, the U.S. Forest Service, the City of Orange and Tustin. And I want to give a special thanks and shout out to the LA County Fire Chief Darrell Osby, who has sent 10 fire engines to help. Also, LA City Fire Chief Ralph Terrazas, who also sent 10 engines, and Ventura County Fire Chief Mark Lorenzen. This is on top of the mutual aid requests that we'd already placed. Just by phone call, they quickly sent additional resources. I want to talk a little bit about the Blue Ridge Fire. That is the second fire we're fighting now. It's in Yorba Linda, approximately 1,100 acres. The fire is headed to Bobcat Ridge Trail. We've got 70,000 homes being evacuated. Back to Silverado, we have 22,000 evacuated for Silverado. We're getting these acreages, very detailed acreages, due to the intelligence fixed-wing platform that we have over both fires that are available statewide, called FIRUS. First of its kind, so we appreciate Cal OES as well making the aircraft available. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to all of those that have reached out to not only me, but the families of our injured firefighters that are struggling tonight at OC Global Hospital. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and we hope that they have a speedy recovery. Thank you very much. I'd like now to introduce Division Chief Shane Sherwood, who will give you more information about those evacuations. Chief.
Thank you, Chief Fennessy. So we have mandatory evacuation orders here in the city of Irvine that are impacting approximately 90,800 residents. And I want to make sure that I get this clear, and so all of our residents are aware of what areas are impacted. So all residents north of Irvine Boulevard, from Jamboree to Bake Parkway, as well as from Irvine Boulevard south to Trabuco Road, from Jeffrey Road east to Portola High School, are all under mandatory evacuations. Also, the communities in the city of Lake Forest, Baker Ranch, and Foothill Ranch are also under mandatory evacuations. We'd like to remind everybody to have a plan and be ready and to heed the warnings when we ask you to evacuate, that you do heed those warnings and you do evacuate immediately. That'll help us get in and start knocking down the fire and to keep all residents safe. For more information, we'd like you to go to Orange County Emergency Operations Center's Twitter page, as well as Orange County Fire Authority's PIO Twitter, and also the cityofirvine.org website for the latest updates. And now I'd like to introduce the City of Irvine's Mayor, Christina Shea.
Thank you so very much. It's my privilege to be here. I do want to acknowledge my council colleagues that are standing to my right and to my left, and also to my wonderful public safety department. They're here today and have been helping with this evacuation process here in the city of Irvine. I want to begin by thanking the partners at the Orange County Fire Authority who have been aggressively battling the fire since it broke out this morning. The safety of our residents and our businesses is our top priority, and we will be working around the clock to support them in any way we possibly can. We have fully activated our Emergency Operations Center here at City Hall. As of 1:30 p.m., a mandatory evacuation has been issued for residents in the areas of Irvine Boulevard, excuse me one moment, south to Trabuco Road, from Jeffrey Road east to Portola High School. Previous evacuations will remain in effect for the areas of Irvine Boulevard between Jamboree Road and Bake Parkway. Our evacuation map is available on our website at cityofirvine.org. At least 70,000 residents this morning were evacuated, and additional 20,000, I believe, have been evacuated down to Trabuco Road. And also another 5,000 are under evacuation warning. We're urging everyone to comply with the evacuation orders, please, and for their safety and safety of our first responders. Since this incident began, we've opened 8 care and reception facilities. I've actually had an opportunity to visit 3 or 4 of them this afternoon. Several of those who are currently full, and we continue to open care and reception facilities for residents who have been displaced. So please visit our website at cityofirvine.org for a full list of care and reception centers and the evacuation zone map. And I want to thank all of you so very much for supporting the City of Irvine today. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome up the Irvine Police Chief, Mike Hamill, to speak.
Thank you. I'll be brief. I just wanted to reiterate the outstanding working relationship that we have with the Orange County Fire Authority. They are a tremendous partner. We are in unified command with them. We have been in unified command with them since the start. I also wanted to thank our other partners, including OCSD, Orange County Sheriff's Department, and the CHP. As was mentioned by the mayor and the fire chief, as public safety in the city of Irvine, we are primarily responsible for working directly with OCFA as they give the evacuation orders. Irvine Police Department staff is responsible for actually evacuating the homes and the businesses. We have over 150 police personnel that have been out there on the streets working since this morning to ensure the safety of our residents. Also want to mention our wireless emergency alert system. We have been sending out wireless emergency alerts. Those go to resident cell phones based upon GPS data. And we would encourage your residents to be sure you have that feature enabled on your phone to be sure you're getting important updates from us, as well as following us on our social media for important updates as well. And finally, I just wanted to again extend my thoughts and prayers to the Orange County Fire Authority personnel that have been injured and wish for their speedy recovery. Thank you.
And next, we'd like to invite up CHP PIO Officer Oliveira to speak.
Good afternoon, Officer Oliveira, CHP PIO for the Santa Ana area office. I'll make this real brief. Right now, our major closures we have are going to be eastbound and westbound 91 to State Route 241 and State Route 133 from Interstate 5 to the 241. And for further closures on our roads, please visit our CHP Santa Ana Facebook and Instagram. We're going to be updating that every hour possibly. And also, if you can avoid the area, we urge the public to please stay away. This makes it a lot easier for our emergency personnel to get to their destination. Thank you.
And now we'd like to open it up. Does anybody have any questions they'd like answered?
Sounds like with both fires that so far there haven't been any structures that have been burned. Can you speak about you haven't been able to get any aircraft up during the day? Is there going to be any attempt to get
You've been listening to Orange County Fire Authorities and other officials regarding the Silverado and Blue Ridge fires. This is what we learned. The Silverado fire burning in Irvine has devoured 7,200 acres. There's 500 firefighters, mutual aid response. 2 critically injured Orange County Fire Authority firefighters. Of course, our thoughts and prayers are with those young gentlemen, 26 and 31 years old. No word of structural loss at this point. A total of almost 91,000 people in Irvine are under mandatory evacuations. Now, onto the Blue Ridge fire in Yorba Linda. Currently 1,100 acres. The flames are burning toward the Bobcat Ridge line. 70,000 homes there in Yorba Linda area under mandatory evacuation. Orange County Fire is constantly updating its Twitter account with those mandatory evacuation zones that tend to be updated ever so often. Let's bring in Rick Dickert into the coverage now with more on the conditions as these firefighters have a lot of work ahead of them, Rick.
They certainly do. The only good news is that the strongest winds, and these are wind-driven fires, Marla, are behind us. And we're talking about wind gusts close to 100 miles an hour. There was one automated weather station 9 miles northeast of San Fernando in the San Gabriel Mountains that clocked a wind speed of 96 miles an hour. These fires burning in that classic urban wildland interface. And as we take a wide shot of Skyfox, look at how the smoke is moving. It's moving essentially in a horizontal pattern. That is because it is being driven by those winds coming out of the east and northeast, blowing towards the west, southwest, blowing towards the ocean. So miles away, we're experiencing a lot of dust and ash in the atmosphere. Strong winds will continue overnight through tomorrow morning, just not as strong as we saw this morning. Red flag warnings and high wind warnings continue.
And for both of those fires, 0% containment as far as we understand. All right, we're going to have the very latest coming up in just over 20 minutes from now. I'll join Alex for the Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, we'll send you off to TMZ, already in progress.
Sure, I forgot about Arnold, too, yeah. There you go.
Hi, this is Kimberly from Austin, Texas, and welcome to Joe Rogan in our Newtown. What I was going to say about Kanye and running for governor is really he's got a unique opportunity to maybe advocate for mental health and other things, but as far as governor goes, I wouldn't elect him to be dog catcher, really.
You know, that phrase, I think we should retire it. Dog catchers have a good job. They have an important job, and it's a tough job. And I think that enough disparaging dog catchers.
Absolutely.
We are going to move on.
Yes. I agree with you, Harvey. Dog catchers are very important. All right. Moving on to Busta Rhymes and the incredible weight loss and what it took for him to lose this weight. So he posted a photo last week showing what his
God, look at that. That's crazy.
His belly used to look like and what it is